To England's Euro performance, they got to the final, come up short just against Spain. What do you make of England? Obviously, we touched on it a little bit boring at times, but they kept getting the job done, and eventually, succumbing to Spain in the final. Is that the best they could have hoped for, or do you think maybe with a different manager they might have been able to go all the way?
I don't know whether it's the manager, whether it's the nation as a whole. I'm not a massive England fan. I've never owned an England shirt in my life, even as a kid. It was. It's not. I watched most of the games. I just think it's modern international football. It's there weren't many goals in the whole tournament, and I think that's the Premier League. There's so much amazing attacking football, and then you get to that next level, and it's the focus on. Now again, I play for Tony Pulis, and Tony Pulis's theory was you keep a clean sheet, you only have to score one at the other end. So I get a little bit of that, but when you've got some of the array of attacking ability that we've got in this country, the top scorer in Germany, one of the best players in Spain, the two or three of the best players in the Premier League, and we're struggling to score against, with no disrespect, Serbia and Denmark. They're good teams, organised teams, but you asked me earlier about world class. They're not exactly world-class teams of the past. Your Argentinas and Italys and Brazils of the past. So I think it was a massive missed opportunity. The reasons why, I'd be the technical director of the FA if I knew that probably, and I'd be able to have something to do with it. Maybe as a nation, we're in that. I don't know. We just say. It's too much pressure if we just let's go and enjoy it and see, but straight away it's we got a chance of winning, and then we get through and we scrape through, but now we're in the best half of the draw, and straight away we're just putting pressure on ourselves, and it's hard. Spain were the best team at the tournament. Again, is it the best Spanish team you've ever seen? No. And if arguably the English squad with the best talent we've had for a long time, we still can't win that tournament, then I think questions have got to be asked. Is it the manager? I don't know. Is it the players? Again, Harry Kane, was he informed? Was it there's talk about he'd got an injury? It's a brave manager not to play him. Yeah. Because if he doesn't play him, the press are going to be asking him straight away, why are you dropping Harry Kane? So maybe he felt he'd got to play him. I don't know.
It definitely feels, as a England fan, like maybe one got away from us there. Like you say, good half of the draw, very good draw, run to the final. Netherlands were a difficult team to get past, but I'd have to say this time, I think the manager may have just been that differential that we didn't have.
And again, if we hadn't have got to the final against Italy, at Wembley, so it's the second Euros running where you've got so close, and why, again, that Italian team. I couldn't name you one player from that Italian team that night.
Again, not the best Italian team.
Not the best Italian team you've ever seen. There's no Maldini's, no Costa Curtas, no
Del Piero, or
Baggio, these great names. He was in that Italian team 4 years ago or 3 years ago, whenever it was, COVID times. And so that's what I mean. So if this year had been a one-off, but the fact it's happened 2 or 3 times now, I think, is it the manager? Is it is it the way he's setting up? Is it the messages he's giving the players? I didn't see how they were, when City play and Foden, you can see how City are trying to score, the intricate passes, this, that. I don't know England, how they were trying to get up the pitch, what sort of goal, what's the ideal goal they're trying to score. Harry Kane scores a lot of headers. We're getting the ball in positions and putting balls in the crosses for him to head. Those are the sort of questions from me personally, that what sort of messages are the players giving. Now, if the they were getting those messages, and it was this is what we want, and they're not doing it, then it's down to the players and not the manager. But like I say, unless you were in the training camp and seeing them train and listening to the talks, there's only probably 30, 40 people will know that, and they're the people that were in the England party for the Euros.
Yeah, it's the same.
The balance seemed off as well, didn't it? Everything was coming down that right side, and as soon as the teams figured that out, it was Saka was double marked. Nothing really on the left, where you had that kind of Trippier on the right, great right back, but not really performing as a natural left back would.
And again, some strange. He brought Tony on for the Serbia game, and created the chance for the Bellingham overhead kick. And the next game, we need to make a sub, get Tony on. And then Watkins comes on, and it's sort of, now is he being clever and he knows the type of players, and it's a different player for, that's and then like Luke Shaw for the final, and okay, they've all come on and done well, but just there's question marks.
That was a strange one for me, playing Shaw in the final. I think, I'm not saying Trippier left back was ideal, but it's a big risk putting Shaw in it, and he's
he
sort
hasn't
of
played
coming off the
any
bench.
first team football for a long time, and playing him the whole game, he could have maybe protected him a bit by bringing him off. And but I don't know why they didn't take that Tyreek Mitchell, is it, from Crystal Palace? He's a natural left back. He could have maybe done the job for the first few games until Shaw was fit, or maybe Chilwell for me is England's best left back, but I'm not sure why they didn't go down that route.
You look at Spain, Cucurella is not the best player in the world, but
did really well, didn't he?
Did well, and he's one.
He's a specialist left back.
He's a specialist left back. So again, the question mark is, if you've got a squad of players, you need, before you go, the planning. If he's not playing, he's going to play there, and to only go with one recognised left back, I don't. His feelings must have been that, Trippier can, like you just said, can do a job. Now, it's all right doing a job, but you might get away in the Premier League, someone doing a job for one game or two games. But if you're going to a Euro Championships, you need someone to perform, not just do a job. And that again, maybe he didn't. Maybe he thought he could do, not do a job. Maybe he thought he was the best player for the position.
Yes, that's tough, isn't it?
Just finish off. Sorry, what did you think of Pickford performances? Seems to do well generally for England, doesn't he?
He catches. He likes the attention. The ranting and raving and arm waving.
Is that good as a keeper to be that way? I mean,
I didn't like that. I mean, I was vocal in terms of organisation, but I don't know whether it's for effect, for show. Some of it could be for someone said to me, there's a free kick and it went 20 yards over the bar, and then he goes walking up to the wall and he's waving his arm. I think some of that is just time wasting, and it's a way that I'm not going to go and get the ball if I. So again, you don't know what he's actually thinking at the time, but some of it is too much, and I think you set yourself up for a fall when you're like that. I'd rather him just concentrate on his goalkeeping. For me, I think he parries too many things. The number of times Pickford saves and they score the rebound, either catch it or get it to a safe area. The issue is, if you don't play him, who's coming through? Who's the next one? And again, I like Ramsdale, but he's played 2 games in the season, so he's not going to play and be your number 1 goalkeeper. He's your number 2 goalkeeper. That's a bit of a worry, that your number 2 goalkeeper has played 2 games in the Premier League in the season. So I think it's a worry. It's an issue.